Hi, my name is Margot, and I donated a kidney 2 years ago as part of a paired kidney transplant so that my sister could get a transplant from another donor. When the time came for me to be considered to be a donor for my sister, I had heard of paired donations, but I was not familiar with the donation chains that they had created where they could involve 10 or 12 people which they could cross match in order to provide numerous kidneys to many people at the same time within a short span of time, which I thought was really remarkable. And I was delighted to be able to be part of that because my sister and I do not have the same blood type. So that was really the only possible way that I could help her. Quite a number of years ago, my sister had an ultrasound and they determined that she had 3 kidneys. And her first thought was, oh, I could donate a kidney. But upon further examination, they found out they were incorrect and realized the third kidney was a cyst and the early stages of polycystic kidney disease, which from then on they knew they had to monitor because it could possibly be dormant or it could be serious. And it became very serious, and then my sister was in need of a kidney. So when she started going to the hospital at St. Michael's, she found out about the living donor program, and we registered right away. Because as soon as I found out that she needed help, I felt it was something I wanted to do, to step up to the plate, because that's what family members who love and care for each other do. And I was happy to do it. There was never a moment when I was uncertain about making my kidney available to my sister. Never a moment. I ultimately decided to participate in the paired kidney donation program because, as I've already said, I could save my sister's life. And in the chain that I was in, there were 10 or 12 people. So in reality, all of us together saved about 6 lives or 5 lives, which is pretty incredible when you think of it. Not very often you get to put on your superwoman cape. In terms of wondering if there were specific things I was concerned about from the start, I would say I was quite lucky. I was 61 at the time. I didn't have to work all the time because I was kind of semi-retired, and so I didn't have a lot of stressors that would impact my decision and my availability to help my sister. My kids were definitely worried about me, which is a good sign, and I certainly worry a little bit because it is a procedure, but I did feel very confident in the fact that the history of successful kidney transplant in Canada has been going on for 50 years. So if I was the second patient, I think it would have been a little different, but I think I was about the bajillionth. So I was like, bring it on, I'm ready. So looking back, the best part about donating a kidney as a paired donor was knowing the operation was over. Actually, I shouldn't joke, but it's kind of true. You're glad when you wake up. But of course, the biggest thrill for me was saving my sister's life, and she's thriving. In fact, it's very annoying. Her kidney function is better than mine now. I don't know how this happens, but she must have gotten the kidney of a 25-year-old. So anyway, we're all healthy and fine, and it's great. The best advice I could give someone else who's thinking about being a paired exchange living donor is to try to make sure that you're in really good physical shape prior to the procedure so that when you come out the other end, your recovery will be much easier, both physically and emotionally, because you'll be able to get back on your horse more quickly. And in terms of thinking about being a paired donor, I think, of course, you would think about it, but I think the best thing to do is just to do it. If you can do it, just do it. And oh my God, the feeling you get from doing something like that, you will never, there are a few things in life that make you feel as wonderful as doing something like that for another human being. I know that sounds selfish, but it is true. Being a living donor in a paired donation scenario was different than I expected because you're no longer just donor and recipient. There are numerous people involved in the living donor chain that I was in, and all of us had to stay healthy and do the best we could so that all these surgeries could take place within, I think it was 48 hours, which is remarkable. I don't even know how they do that, but they did it, and it was incredible. A lot of people thought it was weird that I would give a kidney to a stranger, but being a kidney paired donation living donor made sense for me because it was the only way for me to save my sister. I think I have to go back on that question because I would not say that people thought it was weird that I was giving it to another person because they understood the concept of the living donor chain and how this incredibly brilliant idea conceived by a German scientist, I believe, makes it possible for people of unlike blood types to actually receive a healthy kidney from another individual they don't even know, a complete stranger. It's really miraculous. So it's incredible. So there's no weirdness in terms of what I think or what anyone I spoke to felt. It was more of like fascination by the whole idea that you could do this. Overall, my experience with paired exchange was definitely life-changing. It's not very often that you get to give of yourself in such a way that you can help someone on such a grand scale. And I don't even know if there's words to express how you feel when you do something like this, but you sure do feel amazing knowing that you could change somebody's future. And you really didn't have to do much except get knocked out and have someone take out your kidney and sew you back up. And interestingly, when I was 16 years old, I got this necklace from my aunt in New York. And it's a kidney bean shape. It's maybe hard to tell on here, but I always wear it and I call it my kidney bean necklace. And it amuses me now that she was quite fortuitous in her gift and that this gift has truly taken on a whole new meaning. And it's really represents for me the meaning of life and love.